Hi guys, today I am going to teach you how to connect Android Studio with MySQL database using JSON and PHP. First of all, I created a simple project. This project contains a single activity, and this activity contains one button and a text view. A simple one button and a text view. First of all, I created a database and the relation name is books, and it contains two attributes called book name and price. And here is the PHP file. PHP file name is readbooks.php, and it is working correctly, and it is returning the JSON array of the database. Let's see how to import these data into Android Studio. Before we start, we will see the basic concept between the connectivity. First, the Android phone. We will run our Android app and it will create a request. This request will contain a PHP file which is placed in the server, and the PHP file will be executed in the server, and it will connect to the database, and it will retrieve the data in the form of JSON array, and later these JSON arrays will be passed to our Android app as a response. And there are 4 simple steps in this process. The first step is we have to create a request. That is the first one. And second thing, the JSON array request. This we have to create because this class is used to get all the JSON array from the server. And the third one is, after getting the JSON array, we have to convert the JSON array into JSON objects. And at last, we have to add the JSON array request to our request queue, which we created in the step number 1. Okay, let's jump into coding. So this activity contains one button and one text view. First, let us declare it. As I told before, the first step to make a connection is to create a request queue. So I will create a request queue here. Let's initialize all the values. Now let's initialize the request queue. And our first step is over, and the second step is to create a JSON array request. And to do this, we must use the class JSON array request. And before we do, we must refer the PHP file which we use. So the PHP file is readbooks.php and this is the URL. So I will copy the URL and I will paste in my code. So once I done, now it's time to interlace the JSON array request. And the first parameter we have to give is, we have to specify whether we are posting or we are getting. Post and get are the two methods in the PHP, and here we are using the post method. So we will specify the post in this. The second argument is the PHP file URL, and we have declared the PHP file URL here and we will refer it. And the third and the fourth argument are some listeners we will use. The first listen is, we will use a request listener. And the second listener is error listener. And this completes our second step. And now we have to convert the JSON array into JSON object so that it will be easy for us to process. And now first we will create a JSON array from the request. So I am declaring the JSON array as books, and I will interlace this. And you can see there is already a parameter called response, and this contains the JSON array. And now we have to convert this JSON array into JSON objects so that it will be easy for us to process. So a JSON array is nothing but a collection of JSON objects. So we can use a simple for statement to loop the JSON array. And here the JSON array dot length, it contains the maximum value, this contains the size of the JSON array. So we are looping from 0 to the maximum size, and we will get the individual JSON objects using the method called getJSONObject. And this particular throws the exception, JSON exception, and we have to catch it. Now we have created a JSON object, and using this JSON object we can add these values to our text view. And this JSON object contains two attributes called book name and price. So we will get these two attributes individually. So the book name, we will read the book name and we will store into a string. We will read using get method. And there is a method called get string. So this method is used to get a string value from a JSON object. So as I told you, the JSON object contains two attributes called book name and price. So first we will read this book name, and later the price. And now I am storing these two values in two separate variables. Now let's integrate these values into our text view. Now our third step is over. That is, first we have got individual JSON objects, and from this we have retrieved the attributes. We have stored these attributes in the variable name, and later we have updated these two variables in the text view. And the fourth step is to add this JSON array request into our request queue. So we have declared here request queue, and we have initialized here, and we have to add this JSON array request to our request queue. This completes our fourth step. So our last step is to add internet permission in the Android manifest file. So I will add internet permission. We are done with the coding, and now let's test our application.